Hey everybody, this is Sue Craig, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the United States, and today I'm going to show you how to make this card. It's kind of like a peekaboo card because when you open it, there's something inside that you wouldn't see from the outside. This has been made using the set Gathered Together. This has been my stamp of the month, and I've been using it on the cards that I make this month. This set also has a set of dies that's called Gathered Leaves dies. I used this a lot to cut out the pumpkins, the leaves, and everything. And if you'll notice, these leaves right here have little partitions in them. When you use these, they actually emboss the paper as well as cut on the edge, and I'll show you how that looks. So let me tell you what you're going to need here. First, you're going to need a piece of 4-inch ribbon and a piece of 6-inch ribbon. What we'll do is use one of them for around one of the pieces here, and then we'll use one to make a bow. We're going to need 5 assorted leaves, and I'll show you these smaller ones here are the ones that have the embossing on them. We're going to need a piece of designer series paper that is 3/4 by 5 1/4. Another piece of designer paper that is 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. What I suggest when people make cards is to pick out your designer series paper first. Then you can look at what do you have as far as cardstock that will complement it. The same with your ink. It's a whole lot easier to make your card with the colors you've chosen first rather than make your card using some colors and then have to find designer paper that matches it. You're going to need a piece of cardstock that's 2 1/2 by 3 1/2. You're going to need a piece of either white or very vanilla. I've chosen very vanilla because I found that most of the time I use white, so I'm trying very vanilla today. You need another piece of either white or very vanilla that is 1 inch by 5 1/2 inches. And your card base. Your card base is 5 1/2 by 6 1/4. So this is the 5 1/2 side. This is the 6 1/4 inch side. You're going to score at 4 1/4 on the 6 1/4 inch side. So here's our 4 1/4 right here. Okay, let's get started with our card. First thing I want to do is take my paper and I'm going to fold on that score line that we made. And we're going to burnish that so that we have a nice crease in that that'll stay down as we build our card. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our piece of vanilla cardstock and I'm going to put the designer paper on top of that. So we'll just add some adhesive and put this on here, trying to get it even all the way around. Okay. And then we're going to take the other designer paper and we're going to put it up here on the fold. Now you'll notice that we're doing a horizontal card. I guess you could do this vertically, but I chose to do it horizontally. I always take my cardstock and bring it close to me, and I lay it this way so that I can easily bring the designer paper down and line it up. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to attach the Very Vanilla to our cardstock. I want to show you here. This is the card that we are making. Let me scoot it down so it's in the screen. So we're going to put this on, and then we'll do our stamping. No, let's do our stamping first. We know how that works. We stamp when when we have another side to turn to. So I have my stamping finished. I'm going to let that dry a little bit. And then I'm going to put this on my cardstock. This is Mango Melody, which goes beautifully with the raspberry color. Okay, I usually hold the corners of my cardstock so that I can move it easily to line things up. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to take our ribbon, and to make this easier and to save on ribbon, I just wrap this behind. So I take a glue dot and put it on each end of the ribbon, and then we'll fold that back. Okay, I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to move it up just a little bit. So I line it up right there. Pop that down. Take this, pop that down, and now I have the front of my ribbon. I made a ribbon before we started, a bow, and that's going to go right here. Again, I'll put it on with a glue dot. And you can decide how far up you want this to go, or if you want the bow in the middle or on the side or whatever. All right, we're going to add 3 leaves to the front of this. So I'm going to take 3 different colors. And I just put adhesive on 2 of them. And then I'll put a dimensional on the last one. And I center it. So you can look at this and decide how you want it. It's all up to you how you build this. Here's the last one, and I try to make the last one in the center to kind of join it together, and then it goes underneath the bow. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this piece. Now we're not going to use adhesive on this piece. We're just going to set it right there. Where we are going to put the adhesive is on the top and the bottom of this piece. So we're going to put maybe 2 strips of adhesive there and 1 on the bottom. And here's what we'll do. This point you're going to decide, do you want your piece to be on the side? Do you want it in the middle? Or do you want it on the other side? And I'm one of those, I kind of like it in the middle. So just kind of eyeball it. You're going to attach it at the top. And make sure this piece is lined up at the bottom of your card. And that this is straight, which it doesn't look like it. Okay. Now, if you did this right, you should be able to open this and have no glue back there. What I can see though is my ribbon, and I don't like the way that looks. So probably what I'll do when we're done here is take this off and put this ribbon underneath the vanilla so that you won't see it on the back of the card. All right, on the inside of the card, I'm going to do some stamping. Again, I'm going to use the Rich Razzleberry for that. And this is my little greeting. And because it's so small, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add leaves to it so that it looks not so lonely. And I'm going to do the same type of thing. You can do it the top and the bottom if you want, but I really want the peekaboo look. So if I put it at the bottom, you can see it's sticking out. So what I'm going to do is just put adhesive on these, and I'll put them at the top on each side of my greeting. Okay, there you have it. What I call a peekaboo card, ready for fall, ready for Thanksgiving. And I can see that this still is a little bit crooked. But I hope you learned how to make this. And you can see between the two of them, they have a very different look. You can do this with anything in the middle. You can stamp images, you can put other sentiments, you could do a birthday card, whatever you like. And it's a fun way to give a card that somebody will enjoy. You can stand it up easily. So I hope you learned something and enjoy making your own cards like this. Thanks for watching.